time to feed the worms. My name's Jerusalem Jackson Greer. I'm a mom, a wife, a blogger, a writer, and I have a blog, JerusalemGreer.com. I've got all these scraps. We recently moved to this 8-acre little farmstead, I call it, from the city, where we had a little bitty urban farm, but we wanted to do a little bit more. So we were very lucky to find a great place within driving distance to both of our works and our kids' schools.
There's so much space. Like when we were living in the city, you had this very small plot of land to live on, and there wasn't a lot of room to build stuff or do stuff.
We're a fan of dirt. We like to get our hands dirty. We're not afraid of getting dirty. So worm farming is a great first start for kids, and definitely has been for our boys. It's an easy, compact way for them to start playing with worms. And since we have a pond, we always have worms for when we get ready to go fishing. So that really helps too. Okay, so we're gonna feed the worms, and I think the food is on, I think it's on the 3rd layer. Nope, that's the casings. Okay, so it's on the 2nd layer. There we go. Okay, Miles, if you'll just dump it. When you're worm farming, you're able to make a really intense natural compost using your scraps, which is really great.
If you have any scraps, you put them in your worm farm thing, and they go through and they kind of decompose all of it, and that really is like, it's fertilizer, but it has so much more nutrients.
Having the worms, it's like good for compost. Like if you have just food scraps that you didn't finish or anything, you can just give them to the worms make the compost makes more food. It's like an endless swoop.
Did you get some water?
I got some water.
Okay, and you got half full, right? Because
Yes,
it's half and half water, half tea. All right, let's see if we can make this sucker work. So this is our can of worms. The purpose of the system is to kind of get the worms to move through different stages of composting naturally. So right now, what we have here at the top is we've just got paper. You can use newspaper, and this creates a vapor barrier, and it's gonna help draw the worms up because they get a little comfortable in the bottom layers, and we want them to keep eating. All right, there, I got it. There we go. Get it under there good. It's amazing how dark it is, that even with all that water. So the tea is what comes out at the very bottom, and the structure that either you build or you buy will kind of have everything layered, you know, the right size holes and that sort of thing. Here is layer 2. So you just put any fresh scraps in here. You don't want to put anything that's already been processed or cooked. And then after that, and this is a heavier layer, this is a really rich layer. This is the layer that you want it to get down to, and that you are going to go back with the casings. That's the technical name for it, is worm casings. This is what you would mix with your potting soil. And then underneath that is the worm tea. Okay guys, I think this tree would be a good tree to put some tea in. Wiley, if you'll get kind of close to the root and you want to do it at an angle. I'm just gonna find where and pour some down in there. And then we can go around, and we're just gonna do a circle around the tree that way, okay? Really anything that's growing, that's alive, that's a plant, you can feed with both the worm tea and the compost.